Hi there, this is Justin from Limplates, and today we'll be answering a very direct question. Is Process Street actually worth using in 2026? So we'll be going through all of that and actually answer if it's worth using in 2026, whether it still has relevancy in 2026, and whether if there are components of it that are a bit outdated and they might need a little bit of updating. So Process Street has been around for a while. It's a powerful, structured, and very deliberate tool. So in this case, it wants the whole team to work, and it is mostly used by small teams to begin with. So that's one of the thing. So with this question, I can tell you how it works, right? So with this tool, you can document processes anywhere. You can automate some work, work components. So let's just get started and be on the dashboard right away. And also you can constantly reinforce consistency without heavy systems. So this is how it basically looks like and how your workflows are structured. And this is how it is. Your status due soon, on track, which can be updated at any given moment. So Process Street no longer exists in a vacuum, meaning that it's no longer the type of tool where can it really work? Does it really work? Is it really worth it? It's out of that spectrum. And the question that it answers is, does the value justify overhead for your team right now? Meaning that does this tool really bring value into your team right now, or does it not? So it lingers between those two, whether it actually is usable, or whether it actually benefits your team, or whether it doesn't actually benefit your team. So this tool is built for small teams and also for execution and control. That's one of the things that it mainly focuses on. So teams running repeatable operations as well, it's sort of like a template. You just need to rename or have it redone since it will already be saved on the base templates that you already have. For that, I can quickly show you right here your workflow. Then you can choose any of this. So we'll just explore some templates quickly. And these are the categories in which the templates are in. As you can see, your sales, then you can basically choose from this and repeat it. You just need to rename the template based on the client that you're working with. So that's one of the things that we look at. Also, this tool reinforces accountability since every team members will be assigned with a specific section of the project that we need to deal with. So that also reinforces accountability if the project is not done or if files are missing. So they know who is responsible for which section and who to go to when something is definitely missing or something is not right. So if workflows are stable, recurring, and business is critical, process streets really makes a lot of sense in this case, since you can just use one template for a specific client or for a specific workflow, assign people to do what they need to do or what they specialize in, of course. Then you can get your results. Then you can get your results immediately based on the outcome and all that. So that's one of the things. So this that particular strength of this tool, it hasn't really aged that much. So we could say that process stretch is still relevant in 2026 or is still worth using in 2026. So if the right team uses the tool, it's very much valuable. But then if the wrong team, or let's say if it's used in a wrong way, then it's not necessarily viable. So we'll just use an example, sales discovery call, and with this one maybe your company gets inbound leads, and so on. So this is how the structure is like. You can fill in all the details. It's not really complex. It has just a few sections to it, opportunity and all that. And also you have the option of editing it. However, there you go, edit. So you also have that option of editing it and adding whatever you need to add that aligns with you, something that aligns with your business. So as you can see, there are integrations. You can integrate it with other tools as well, like Monday.com, Typeform, all the all the well used tools in this day and age. As you can see, Mailchimp as well. It's there. That's your cold emailing tool that they use. So I'll decide later. So those are some aspects that really work well with Process Street. So with this tool, when your team grows, right, inconsistencies become expensive, and Process Street really loses that value that you'd get out of it. So as you can see here, only small teams benefit from this tool, and when teams start to get larger, it sort of forces clarity. It creates ownership and it makes execution visible. So when there's a lot of members in a team, there will be a little bit of chaos since there will be a lot of members, a lot of clients to deal with, a lot of workflows being created for each client, for each particular deliverable that needs to be delivered. So everyone will be invited to different workflows. Here, as you can see, you can invite different team members into the workflows. So here it will have a lot of people invited into a lot of different workflows, and it becomes confusing to a point where you'd forget or you just lose track of which workflows are a priority and which ones are not. So it definitely becomes overwhelming at that point in time. So the people that may not really need process street is teams that are growing too fast, of course. Teams whose processes changes weekly. So if your processes or the way you do things in the company changes every week or changes so often, it sort of kills the whole purpose of process street. So that's one of the reasons that it might not work for them. And also team that uh, rely on documentation rather than enforcement. So they just document everything, make sure that everything is done in that way, and whoever needs to monitor, they just go through the documents and see what's done and what's not done, and having updated regularly or in the relevant documents as well, since you document everything. So if you're going to figure out how you work, locking workflows into a system can slow you down. So there is a need to change workflows here and there. And the setup overhead feels heavy, maintenance becomes a burden, and adoption drops quietly. So that's one of the reasons why it might not really work for some teams. So as you can see, the tool isn't the problem, but it's useful in the very early stages of small teams. And what matters here is that there are constantly a lot of small teams on a daily basis. So it will still be useful in the long run since there will always be team members to work with. So that's just about it. And in your library, it's where it stores your it's where it stores all of your workflows. As you can see here, it says there are two workflows, and then you can choose which one is which or which one you're using. So that's the whole purpose of having to rename a workflow so that it can be easier to identify. And alternatively, you can use tools like templates. It's also similar to Process Street. And here you can also assign team members with tasks that they need to do. Where are the templates tasks that they need to do? So I'll just give you an example, quick edit. You can assign team members with what they need to do. You can edit sections or delete sections that are not really needed. And with that being said, you can also invite team members, share. No, that's not the case. Let's have it run. Then, okay, start run and see if you can share it with other members as well. No, not really. So here, oh yeah, there it is, teams. So with teams, you can create your little team sort of server. Then from here, you can invite team members and you can share the templates with them as well. As you can see, the client onboarding checklist. And then from here, they can know what they need to do, what they need to look at, and etc. So this is one of the things that we can have an option of using. You can add images, you can add URLs, you can add basically anything that you need to add. Same with process street. However, the key difference here is complexity. The key difference here is driving accountability, driving consistency, and so on. So if you need any more information, if you need to like play around with these tools, view certain sections for yourself, you can always catch the links in the description below and play around with the tools and find out more about it. And for today, we'll just end it here. And that's it from me. Thank you very much. I'll catch you on the next video.